Okay, so we're just about ready to close up the molds. The last thing I need to do is just add carbon fiber strips to the balsa spar here. So what I did is I have some epoxy on a plate here, and I went ahead and just wet out the carbon fiber toe. And then I'm going to add a little bit to the spar. Just helps it adhere a little bit better to it. Probably should be using gloves for this. Just flatten it all out. Okay. Same thing on the other side. Not a lot of weight, but adds a lot of strength. This. Okay. Now we have our bag of epoxy mixed with Cabosil and micro balloons. So I'm going to front. I'm going to add this. Put this in that slot we made. I don't really, excuse me, I don't push it down real hard. Let when I close the mold, let that take care of filling the gaps. I've learned to use quite a good amount of micro balloons to really lighten up the epoxy. One more thing I need to do after I add this spar. Going to add one more little block to the other side here to keep that spar in place, keep it from pushing out. Okay, and this is optional, but I like to do it where I add a little bit of PVA to the edges of the mold, so that when anything peeks out or squeezes out, you're not getting too much glue stuck to the edge of the mold. Just make sure you don't get any PVA on your part, because then the parts won't stick properly. But when you close this mold up, that glue is going to seep everywhere. Just a thin coat is all you need. still have fiberglass there, so I'm not going to put it there. Okay. Add glue here. Now I just tack glued this in. I'm going to add just a little bit of epoxy here, not a lot, just to make sure this is reinforced. I'm going to run a bead around the top of this. I was actually looking at the inside of my composite ARF spark, and I was very shocked to see that there was only glue here, here, here. They did not have glue touching everywhere, so I'm sure they know what they're doing, but I was just shocked at that. Now I go around the perimeter. And this is where I was saying that it oozes out and sticks to the edge of the mold. Down here, I try to get it on the inside and around the outside to make sure that it really closes up the edge of the tip. Both sides, same way. counter glue. Okay. Alright, so next we'll close up the molds.